Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
liberty,
justice.
justice for all.
Okay. So let me give you a little talk, a little speak before you start.
Okay.
You go first. Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been met by transmitting the notice of the regular meeting to the Commissioner's official newspaper on February 1st, 2024, posting the notice where required, and filing a copy of the notice with the Commission clerk. The Deal at Commission meeting will be audio and video taped and will be shown on APTV, Optimum 77, and throughout most of Monmouth County on FiOS 28. I'm going to take the roll call. Allenhurst? Asbury Park?
You're muted, Jeannie. Yes.
Deal? Interlaken?
Present.
First has arrived.
Allenhurst. Interlaken? Yes. Lock
Yep.
Harbor?
Here.
Neptune? And Ocean.
Here.
Okay, Don, you want to say something before we begin?
Yeah, before we get rolling. There's hybrid Zoom. We're giving it a shot. Maybe next month we'll give it another try. We'll get a different camera. But we're giving it a shot and see where we go. And down the road, the commission could just determine how we want to do it. We want to do it every meeting, every fourth meeting, whatever, quarterly. Or we'll be first 100%. So we'll discuss that, I guess, in next month is March, April. I guess April we'll discuss it further. Okay. Jeannie?
Jesse. You do that every time. Tonight, we have a resolution to approve the minutes of the reorg meeting from January 18th, 2024. Someone please offer.
I'll offer.
Second.
Second.
I'll second it.
It's gonna work great. I got double whammy.
All in favor? of
Aye.
approving the
Aye.
minutes? Opposed? Okay. Tonight, we have a motion to approve the treasurer's report and pay bills, but first we'll let Bruce read the report.
Treasurer's report. At the beginning of the month, the total on deposit was $52,853.64. We had total receipts of $6,190.16. Total available cash, $59,043.80. We had various disbursements. Those disbursements total $34,758.02. Bringing the total balances to $24,285.78 before the balances in the banks. So the total in deposit was $24,285.75. Oh, I got it. Okay. So the total balance is $24,285.78, comprised of our accounts in Manus One Bank and the New Jersey Cash Management Fund.
Perfect. Someone offered the treasurer's report and pay bills?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Allenhurst?
Yes.
Asbury Park?
Yes.
Interlaken?
Yes.
Lock Harbor?
Yes.
And Ocean.
Yes.
Okay, Don, all yours.
Okay. To say the least, the last 2 weeks have been stressful, to say the least. We've been dealing with the state on two programs. The closeout of the 2017/18 Clean Water Grant, which we are completely done with. Chris, who's on the call today, worked a lot in the last month to get the final report done, and we submitted it. We're pretty proud. And the email came back with not milliseconds, but I pushed it at night, came up in the morning, and found a little note from the girl who was running the whole show for the state was, I'm no longer working for the state of New Jersey DEP. please email Paul, and it wasn't automatically done, so we had to do that. Another day went by, we finally, Paul came back and then helped us out. And, so we're on the path to recovery. We have some changes to do based on the new person, different, a little slightly different opinion of what he wants to see. So we also had to get an extension, a requested extension until end of April. And we submitted that. That was a half a day to do that. That was submitted, and I believe it was passed forward, and who knows how long that's going to take to get approved. But the big deal is, we have money sitting there in the state. We put bills in under these quarterly reports, and another person handles the quarterly reports. So we were talking to that person, who was very, very nice. And we eventually got that gauntlet settled. All the reports that we submitted are fine. We just have to submit another report, number 21, the 21st report, and we should be good to go. So anyway, that project is basically done.
We have to do,
We have a few little extra.
Yeah,
things.
they
We
had
have
a
one
change.
motion to approve Resolution 24024, approving change order number 2 for the Rain Guard RFP,
which includes the tree boxes.
which includes the tree boxes.
Awarded to,
Awarded the pursuit construction increase of the contract was $11,800, and that deals with the improvements at the tree box, which is in Allenhurst. That's by Spear Avenue, right by the train station where the gazebo is, down the street from Bruce Frommer's Allenhurst commissioner. So do I hear a motion to accept that?
Can we talk about it for a minute?
No, let's put it on the table first. Let's put it on the table. Do I hear a motion to accept it?
no,
To
to approve it.
approve it?
So moved.
So move
Second,
second.
anybody second?
Anyone?
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we can talk about it. Go ahead, Chief.
Okay, yeah, so I just wanted to ask, I know we've talked about this, but this coming from the NEA grant, the NJEA grant, the 319 grant, or is this coming from commission monies, this $11,000?
We're submitting this bill.
Mhm.
This is part of a bill for about $44,000 we're going to be submitting to the state of New Jersey. That's going to be the quarter 21 review. So we're going to send a quarter 21 request for funds. Hopefully we'll do that in the next week or two to the state of New Jersey. So we'll eventually get paid back. The question is when, right?
It's
So,
part of the grant.
but that's part of the grant. It's within the scope of the grant, and we still have funds available which we can extract from, plus another $2,000 to $3,000.
I guess it's language that confuses me where it says increasing the contract by $11,000, $800.
That's correct. I'll explain that. So the contract for Precise was for a specific amount, and they went over. They had to do extra work, and our engineer approved that extra work for $11,000. And it was issues with the sidewalk. They had to adjust some things in front of that area by the gazebo. So that's why.
So the increase in the contract is still within the scope of the funds coming out of the 19 grant, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
2016 grant. That's correct.
Right. Thank
And be honest with you, if we didn't have it, we would probably eat that. We wouldn't be talking about it right now. So, but now we have to make the motion so the state can approve it.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, Allenhurst,
Yes.
Asbury Park?
Yeah.
Interlaken,
Yes.
Lock Arbor,
Yes.
and Ocean.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Urban. Shoreline protection and education. I know Jeannie wrote a letter to the state. She has not gotten back any response that I see. Jeannie, did you get anything back?
Haven't heard a word yet, but I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Other than that, we have no other further action on that. The Goose program, we do have action on that. If you look at your treasury bill, we got payments from Allenhurst,
Interlake,
Neptune, Allenhurst.
everyone's paid except
Deal.
Asbury.
Where's Ocean?
Ocean, I got the purchase order.
Oh, okay, okay.
So Asbury is going to pay, well, I don't know exactly when, but I did get a response that it'll be paid.
Okay. And I sent you that email. Did you see that email yet, Jeannie?
Yes, I did, and I responded to it, Don, but yeah. It was just that, there's been so much going on with the city that, and also I didn't know that it was going to come out of the DPW's funds. But everybody on the council and the previous city manager knew about it. It had all been talked about, but it never got to his desk. That's why he was confused. But anyway, I gave him all the previous correspondence, and it's going to be paid from what the last word. Perfect.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Nothing on carp remediation today. We'll probably talk about it next meeting. I'll talk to the folks from the Asbury Park Fishing Club and see if we can resume the fishing
All
tournament.
right.
Nothing on the lake restoration, other than, we see action. There's markers out on Fireman's Pond. I haven't heard any specific actions yet. But they do have survey marks up on the trees if you drive by. All right, next big effort that we spent the last 2 weeks on was the DEP's stormwater management grant. First thing is we have a motion, resolution 24025, authorizing acceptance of a grant between Deal Lake Commission and the state of New Jersey by and for the Department of Environmental Protection in the amount of $890,400. Do I hear a motion to accept that?
Move.
Yes.
Second?
I got a second? Who wants a second? That's second.
I don't like it.
Well,
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of
and of
money.
course, they gave us the grant, and I'll tell you more in a minute. Go ahead.
Allenhurst,
Yes.
Asbury Park,
Yes.
Interlaken,
Absolutely, yes.
Loch Garber,
Yes.
and Ocean.
Yes.
Okay, Don, go.
So
5 minutes.
more on that stormwater grant. Peter's guys have been working really, really hard on that. And it's all dictated by a computer system. It's called Sage. He has to put all the information in, and he's a busy guy, Matt Mariano. And he finally got it in, and we were getting pinged by the state for not submitting the information. One of the key elements was a special code number we needed for the federal government for this particular grant because it's federal money. So now we are federally registered, so we have a federal code. I think we have a cage code and a UIE number.
UEI.
UEI number. So we were so proud. I sent that into the Jennifer who runs the grant, and she basically she didn't say anything like, "Oh, congratulations," nothing. She said, "Don't forget, you got to fill out the paperwork, fill in the blanks." I go, oh. So anyway, that was done. We got one last thing on. I believe that has to be added, and there's going to be a resolution that's sent to Matt, and Matt's going to extract it and put it into the computer tomorrow, and we should be off and running. Hopefully, we'll have a document that we can sign, contract we can sign within a month. So next meeting we should be rocking and rolling. But again, Peter's guys are working hard. They have draft plans. They're doing more surveying out there, so we should have more. In the coming months, we'll have a lot more on the table. So, but I just want to tell you, it's going really, really well. Okay. New business. We're done with any other old business, guys?
Can I ask a question about that? I know that they're going to do a presentation for the public, right, about this particular project at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, not only the public, but we have to sit down with our four partners, right? We got the Monmouth County, Ocean Township, the Deal Lake Watershed Alliance, and the CB Mall. They're all our partners, I believe, on this project. So we're working together to get this done. But it's going to basically comprise sections from 35 all the way through past the old Acme, which is now the Monmouth County something. Monmouth County owns that land. Social services, thank you. And Pets, that area between there where that stream goes through. That's where we're working. So it's going to be a big project. We're focused right in there. We got manufactured treatment devices going in, which is replacing older ones that are there that aren't working very well. Plus, we're basically going to hold water back and have them rain garden. So it'll turn out very nice. There's some people, we are going to cut some trees down, which is definitely clear. I hate cutting trees down, but we're going to be putting trees back. But we have to get the depth and we have to get the right soils in there. So we're going to have to do some evacuation. It's going to be a big construction project for sure. And the good thing is, I don't think we need any permits. So keep your fingers crossed. Okay. Any other old business? No? Okay. We're going to go to new business. 2024 weed management program. I sent everybody the request proposal that, a draft request for proposal that Steve wrote up. It's the same as last year, no changes. So I'm looking for a motion to accept, to
Go up for RFPs.
complete the RFP and to release it to the public.
A motion to
I'll-
accept the weed management program proposal.
Okay.
Second.
Seconds.
Aaron, second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Opposed? Thank you.
Okay. Flume permit. There's been, ever since the 29th storm, which is extremely unusual storm, we had 7 inches of rain one day, 6 of it basically in 4 or 5 hours. And we all saw the streets fill up with water, 6 to 8 inches, running down to the lake, and we physically saw the lake rising. We weren't stopping it. And it was 33 inches above the top of the outfall pipe. And it filled up a lot of people's homes and businesses. And, it's a shame, but that's what happens when you have that much rain in a short period of time. Nothing we could do could have stopped that. And we had 15 inches of rain the week before. So anyway, with that said, I've been asked to talk to the state, and I emailed the state today asking them to extend the maximum. Right now we can go, at one time it was 1 foot back in 2013. We asked in 2013 to decrease that height or lower the height to 1.5 feet. And it took a couple of years. In 2017, they changed it to 1.5 feet, 1.5 feet, which is an extra 6 inches. So it's 18 inches. It's a lot. It's hard. Once you get there, it's hard to get lower in my eyes because of incoming tides and various other reasons. But we can do that. And we only have 72 hours to do that. A lot of times where there's no northeast storm or rain, we can get it down relatively quick. And you saw that in the last couple of storms, we got it down. The other storm the other day, we didn't get it down that much, but we didn't need to. 1 inch rain is not that severe. A 2 inch rain, even for Deal Lake in the winter, it's a little more severe, but in the spring, summer, fall, it's not a big deal. When you get in the 3 inch range, we need to lower the lake. So, and that's what we do. So that's a little bit. But I did put the request in for the state, so I just want to mention that.
Don, what was the request to change it from 1 foot to
No, it's from 1.5. We're asking for 2 feet.
2 feet?
That was the ask. That was what the mayors of Asbury and Ocean asked me to do, and I did that.
Okay.
And we'll let the state, as everybody knows, or maybe not know, the state controls the lake. They control the water levels, and the dam. Our permit is controlled by the state, and it's on the website. You can go there and look it up. It's very clear, and if we violate it, we may not be able to lower it at all. So that's what we're trying to prevent. And they seem flexible. I don't know if they're going to go to 2 feet, but we did ask. And there's other provisions that we technically can't lower the lake between. Get ready for this one. 1 July and 15th of September, we're not supposed to lower it either at all.
Spawning involved.
Spawning and various other things. But mostly they're afraid of the temperature of the water, aquatic life dying because of lack of oxygen, because that's the hottest the water is during the year. So, and we've been real good about not lowering it a lot, but we do lower it. I mean, I had to say, I told the guy we kind of violate the rule once in a while, depending on the storm. And that's something they don't comply with because they're looking at lakes in northern Jersey, not looking at shore lakes. So that was part of the discussion today.
I just would like to add to that. Yes, the permit is on the website, but also there is a presentation that you can look at, lake lowering. Dr. Souza and I did one on the website. If you look on the web page, on the first web page, on the far left column, go down, it says lake lowering, and it spells pretty clearly all the reasons for having that kind of control over the lake, why the Department of Fish and Wildlife requires it, And then the permits and what the DLC is allowed to do and not to do, all pretty clear there. So if you'd like to take a look at something for a person, that's a good place to look.
Yeah, that's good, Gene. Thanks for bringing it up. Let me show that real quick. I'm gonna share my screen real fast and so we can see that. We're not gonna spend too much time on it. That's a good point.
And given we've had half a dozen 100-year storms in the past 5 years, I think that we should.
Yeah, if you go to the first page, right, scroll down, Don, it should be, or you can, yeah. Here it is. Okay.
Is this it?
Lake lowering, click on that
Okay,
page.
there we go. So
And,
that shows that's going back to 2016.
And then scroll down, it says lake lowering presentation. Whoops, you just passed it.
Okay.
Go back
I'm looking at.
up a little more, go up a little.
People in front of me, hold on, you're moving.
Right there.
There you
Click
go.
lowering presentation. And we've been asked to do that again. I mean, at some point, I think we should do it again.
It's all in this area, guys. I'm not gonna open it up.
Passed it, though.
The other thing that's in there is also a presentation by the OEM in conjunction with us. And it's a little video on how the flume works and the operation of the pipe and all that. That's right here. Ocean Attachment OEM Deal Lake flume operation. So that's pretty good stuff if you want to look at that. And anybody, one of the days in the summer, we'll have an open house at the flume and we'll show you how it all works. So we're going to plan that in the summer timeframe. Okay. That's it. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Next. Let's have a discussion and we're going to have a discussion among the folks here. And I encourage the public to write in their comments. We had two or three already, negative comments on jet skis, right? Rather than see them banned. And there's, the thoughts I had in my head were banning or restriction to the main lake. So we're looking for comments. Written comments are preferred on the comment section of the website, or and we get the emails almost instantaneously. So we'll see those.
Do we have the jurisdiction to do that?
So here's what's happened. The reason I'm bringing it up because I got an email from the state police, Marine Police, and they wanted to sit down and go over the rules of Deal Lake. I said, "Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know there's specific rules," and there are. So we're going to update those. And I said, "Can we discuss other restrictions?" And he said, "Yeah, absolutely." So I threw jet skis out there, and he said, "Yeah, we could talk about that." So he goes, obviously we want the public to feed in on that because I know people have jet skis on the lake. And I know there's people bring them in. The big restriction is water skiing. The only water skiing is restricted to just the main lake from east of Main Street. That's the big restriction.
Do we have these rules in any specific spot where we can look at them, or is this? You said there are rules. Oh, that's nice to know. We have
the rules. The rules are jet skiing. I'm sorry, the rules are skiing, water skiing, and rules around that. The length of the cord, jumping. Okay. It's all related to water skiing.
But it's all state.
It's all state.
Right.
In other words, they can get tickets for that. In the history of the Deal Lake Commission, as I understand before I was here, they put restrictions on wake, but it's not an official restriction right now. And that we'll look into also. We'll look into the 5 miles an hour zones. And the state officer said, the sergeant, he said he'll look at that. He'll come down here and look at that with us and show us what the zones are.
Just for edification of the public, the Deal Lake Commission is a joint meeting. It's created by the seven surrounding communities. So our jurisdiction only goes as far as the jurisdiction of whatever community created us. So from the time you hit the water, we really have no jurisdiction. It's state run. So when it comes to docks, when it comes to bulkheading, it's all governed by the state.
We can direct people. We can help people where to go.
But as far as enforcement and that sort of thing, it's all on the state. It's not something we can do unless a town wants to take the bull by the horns and start enforcing it. But it's not something that we as the commission can do.
And remember, we had the sheriff, and for the last 2 years, we had the sheriff boats around handing out brochures, informing people, not doing any enforcement, but educating people as best they can.
When I was a kid, the Marine Police used to sit right at the boat ramp, and when you came through that bridge, they wanted to see your operator's license. They checked out the registration on the boat to see if it was current. They checked to see if you had a cushion for every passenger in the boat.
That's correct.
I mean, they would give you a ticket for anything they could find. Here you are, 14 years old, driving through on the boat. Okay, I got it. I'm good.
Even though there's certain restrictions for DLA, certain rules. The basic rules of the state of New Jersey still apply. You have to have a license, operator's license. You have to pay your boat registered, and you have to comply with the rules that Hunt just mentioned about life preservers and such.
All right, who is speaking there? Is that,
I mean, me, Don.
No, it was
Hunt.
Hunt.
I'm sorry, I hear some voice, but I just don't know. Who is that speaking?
I'm sorry, I'm the
Hunt
attorney
was
representing-
talking, and now it's Don.
Who was speaking?
Hunt,
Oh, Hunt was speaking.
Lawyer.
our attorney.
Our attorney.
Okay, sorry, I don't see him because we're on the, thank you,
I
sorry.
spent more time with Hunt.
I know your voice by now, so.
Okay, that's it for that. Any other questions for the commissioners? Well, I'm sure we'll get some inputs when we have the public session in a couple of minutes. Okay. Yeah,
I would just, can I introduce a new alternate commissioner at this point?
no, not yet.
Okay.
Let's keep rolling. The other thing is, one of our main goals this year is to renew our 2025 to 2035 agreement for reestablishment and joint meeting known as the DLA Commission. I plan to give Hunt the draft copy, the hard copy, the Word version of this, of the old copy, and any commissioners that have any comments, I'll send a copy when I send it to Hunt, or I'm sorry, when Hunt gets done with the first cut, I'm gonna ask him to send it around to the commissioners for review. And then we'll open it up, we'll get it on the public on the website, as we did in the past. If you'll go there now, you'll see it's from 2015. So we're gonna do basically the same thing. I'll change the wording on that page and folks can make comments on that resolution. It's pretty basic, it's pretty legalese, and confusing kind of, but that's okay. It's the lawyers do, right? That's why you need a lawyer, you gotta, right?
You make the big money.
We got two lawyers, but
Well, lawyers right. They're
That's right,
confused.
that's right.
They don't want anybody to know what they really say.
that's right. The interpretation, with the interpretation lawyer for
Okay,
interpretation.
go.
Okay,
Keep moving.
we're moving. All right, so that's gonna come out soon. Hunt, do we need a motion for that or not?
He doesn't know what he's
You need a motion to authorize me to prepare and circulate the proposed document, yes.
Do I hear a motion for that? Margot?
So moved.
Margot said, is that Margot?
Margot, second?
Margot I'll second.
I'll
that.
second it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Okay,
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
okay. Hunt, you're off and running.
Yeah.
Okay. Spring cleanup. Spring cleanup, guys. I batted this around. I've been struggling with this date for a while. The March 30th is right at the beginning of the Ocean Township. We think, guys, March 30th is not doable. We like it around that day, but we have Easter and Palm Sunday, and Palm Sunday is the 24th, Easter being the 31st. Plus, we have a Jewish holiday, I believe, on the 23rd. So it looks like the 16th of March is the best date.
Whoa.
I mean, basically, we're not going in the water for the most part. We're going to be on the shoreline. There's some brave souls that may want to venture out in the water. So not in the ice. It won't be that. But how's that date? Is that what are we looking like?
That's not, yeah. That is,
Well, if we go into April, then we go into the growing season and we can't get near the shore. We'll have poison ivy growing up. And
Early April?
yeah,
Really?
there's poison ivy's popping up.
In April.
Okay.
Stuff is popping up now.
This is before St. Patrick's Day.
That's what the problem
It's
is.
cold.
It is St. Patrick's Day, yeah, that weekend.
What if it snows, Don?
That's
You know what? We'll move it to the 6th. How about a little snow day the 6th? You want to do that? We have a rain date of the 6th. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, wait. April 6th. Okay,
April 6th is a backup. How about that? That's a good idea.
that sounds like a good idea. Backup.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to take it?
Why don't we just
I don't like the
start with,
snow idea,
why
but
don't we start with April 6th?
no, come on.
It's happened.
You're right.
Yeah, and it was really last
Yeah.
time.
Okay, we got that. We'll start advertising that. And I'm very excited to, I
Should
see
we do
the
the motion?
principal.
The
What?
motion to,
Oh, you want to do that?
yeah, so we can spend money. to-
Go ahead.
A motion to authorize the spring cleanup on March 16th with an alternate rain date or
That's
snow
for
date.
advertising and equipment, right?
Yep,
Not to-
April
Not to
6th.
exceed,
Not
what,
to exceed
$800?
400,
No.
400.
You got Annie.
400.
$400, okay, $400.
In an amount not to exceed 400.
I'll,
You know, like, you know,
yeah,
Thank you.
Okay.
Jeannie, second.
yeah, second,
Allenhurst,
Yes.
Asbury Park,
yes.
Interlaken,
yes.
Lock Harbor,
Yes.
and Ocean.
Yes. And I see that the principal of Wanamassa, who can't talk yet because it's not open to the public, John Bosman, he reached out to me a month ago or so, and we're teaming up with the Wanamassa fourth graders, and we're gonna educate them a little bit. I'm gonna go to the school and give them a little talk, and then hopefully we'll have their parents and themselves come out to the cleanup on the 16th, bundled up. But technically, I think, John, you're going to advertise that separately, and because I think on the 18th, I believe, is the day we're going in. So it's going to be 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock at Wanamassa School, and it's going to be fun with the kids. I haven't been there for a long while. I was a fourth grader at one time there, so I survived. The school survived me, which is pretty good, right? It's still standing.
Back in.
They let me back in. That's right. That's right. And I left fourth grade. I mean, that was the last year I was there, way back when.
It's the inside, we're still standing.
Dropped out of fourth grade. I went on my own. I was set up river. Very happy to do that for the fourth graders at Winchester School. I'm also, Deal Lake Commission is involved with New Jersey Plan, Public Lakes Association. Now, if you know that or not, but we are. We kind of formed that with Lake Apacon and Greenwood Lakes group 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a great time talking to them because I'm finding out all the problems the state gives the other lakes other than us. They give the same problems to them. They give out grants, and then they don't give permits for certain projects. One lake, I can't remember which lake it was given. They proposed to put special chemicals in the lake for phosphate treatment, and it was approved. And they were going to get the money, but they can't get the permit from another office in the DEP. So it just shows, talking to them, you see the bureaucratic mess that sometimes the DEP is, but in some cases they're good. So, but we're hoping we can change that. So we're teaming up to get additional $17 million for lakes in New Jersey. So we're actually talking to various different state senators, assemblymen. So we're doing a round robin and knocking on doors and asking senators and assembly people to support the bill. So that's just want you to know that. We're not advertising that, but we're just doing it behind the scenes. So and Vin Gopal is fully supporting and one of the leaders on the bills in the Senate. So I thank Vin for that. Now, number 7, we got CloNet. Thanks. And we have a bunch of what.
Did Jeannie want to introduce?
I will.
Okay.
And we have the CloNet folks that have been working on Deal Lake testing, and Jeannie's worked with Jesse to make up for some beautiful thank yous. And Jeannie, all yours.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Well, I'm glad, I'm looking and I see, I see Jeff here, who has been a water tester, but, I just.
One second, Jeannie. Any water testers here? We have three
Yay.
water testers here.
Okay, so since I'm not there, thank you, Don, if you would turn it on and we can see.
Raise your hand again. There we go.
Okay, is that Patricia? I see Patricia, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, you look really tiny from my perspective, but I just want to say that we'd really like to thank our water testers. What they do is really valuable. They are out there testing once every other week between November and March, and then once a week between April and October. So they can test for conductivity, water temperature, dissolved oxygen, turbidity. And, I just thought we wanted to take a minute to thank you guys. This data that they collect is very important. If I could, I'd like to just share the my screen to show you where the water, where the sites are that these testers are. So let me see if first I'm going to say, oops, I think that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and put up here this screenshot. It's small, I'm sorry, but if you can see these are the sites. You see Deal Lake, the blue, right? And those are the sites that are being tested around the lake. And for anybody interested, you can go to the Clonet website, and there is Clonet. Oh, it expired. So, but at the Clone, just type in Clonet, CLONET, and then it'll give you the option to go to the Data Explorer. And in that place, you'll be able to put in Deal Lake, and you'll be able to see the results of their testing and what they've been doing. And over time, so let me see if I can you see that now if I share my screen? Let me see. No. Got to share that screen too, so hold up a second. Yeah, so here it is. Here is the screen, and it goes back as far as 2019. And this is, you can select any lake you want, but you can do an individual lake. I'm going to type Deal Lake, and then you look at the results over time. I'm not that geeky for looking at data, but for those of you that are, or just want to take a kind of general look at it, takes a little while to load, but you'd be able to then see the temperature, the dissolved oxygen and turbidity, and what's happening over time on the lake. So for anybody who's interested in that, but this is the work that they've been doing. So let me tell you the names of some of the people, all the people that have been last 2023. So I'm going to take this off. And let me first say Patricia is here.
Yep.
And Patricia, I want to thank you. I think Jesse has an actual physical.
Yep.
Already given.
We handed them out.
They've been bestowed on the.
While you were
testers.
speaking, yep.
Just too quick for me, so. But anyway, we have certificates for Patricia Hartman, Jeffrey Gold, Jennifer Zarcone. Jennifer's here?
I'm here.
Jennifer.
She's here.
Did you break your ankles doing this work? Is that?
There's Jeff's.
I broke my ankle walking around Deal Lake.
Oh, no.
Hurting, because I saw a wood duck and I got very excited and I fell.
Thank goodness it wasn't testing.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Jennifer, we should give Jennifer
A double.
That's pretty good.
somebody else. That's dedication. And it's Rhiannon. Are you here?
Yes, she
Yeah,
is.
she's here. In
Good.
person.
Rhiannon Long and Deanne Brannon, Mallory Brannon, are they here too?
No.
Di's not here. No.
They're not here, so we'll mail them.
He's a teacher in the middle school. There's Township.
Is that Andrew's daughter?
So those two people also, Mallory and her daughter, I'm sorry, Deanne and her daughter, Mallory, and Marianne Eels. Am I saying that last name correct?
I think so. Yeah, she's not here tonight.
And Erin Conlon, who has been working for Clonet and training everybody, has done such a great job. So I know she's not here, but I just really appreciate and want to thank her as well. So
And many of these folks are also help the cleanups, and I thank you for that. And
they
it's great to
definitely
see
are
participation across the board.
terrific lake advocates. So thank you so much to all of you. And we'll make sure the people that aren't here tonight and aren't on Zoom tonight, you'll get your, as soon as I have their addresses, I'll make sure that you have those
Thank
certificates too. It's
Thank
just
you
a
very much, Jeannie.
use. All right.
We're not going to do the commissioner's last word until later. I'm going to try to, let's open this up to the
Did
public.
you want to let Jeannie introduce our new commissioner, alternate commissioner?
Oh, yeah, Jeannie, this is a good time to introduce the alternate commissioner.
Good time. All right. So I see Josh is here, hot off the plane. Josh Starner, actually, he just got back from a surfing trip to Puerto Rico. You all right, Josh?
I'm still here. Yeah, I'm still in one piece.
So
You're
he,
Dr. Bill or
he
what?
left like what, 7 this morning from Puerto Rico or something?
My plane touched down in Newark at 4 a.m.
Oh,
so-
wow.
You were with Gerald Lee, weren't you?
So Josh
Uh,
is,
He was.
there are a lot of people down there. Yeah.
Right.
and
Um,
you know, so I first, if just to take a second, I want to thank Eddie I don't think Eddie Winder is here, but Eddie was the alternate commissioner for the last 2 years, and I know he's been a great help to Dawn. He's been a great help to the commission, so really thank him for his work on the commission. And now I want to welcome Josh Starner. Josh, I'm just going to quickly say something, and then I'd like you to tell us a little bit. Josh is a real estate agent in Asbury Park. He's a member of the Asbury Park Rent Leveling Board, but he's an avid surfer and he's a volunteer. I think he had something to do with starting it, so you'll have to correct me if that's not correct, for the Autism Surf Camp in Island Beach State Park. So we're welcome and grateful to have you on board, Josh. Anything
Yeah.
you
Thank
would?
you. No, thank you so much. I've been a resident here since 2015, and I serve on the board of advisors for Friends of Island Beach State Park. Been doing that for quite some time. In addition to running surf contests, we are doing camps for children with autism to provide free access to the water for children to receive kind of water therapy, as well as to give the parents some time on the beach, knowing that the children are well taken care of. So I look forward to taking my experience with that environmental group and bringing it here and helping out the best way that I can. And I look forward to all meeting you in person at some point.
Welcome on board, buddy.
Yeah, and I know that Josh has offered, I don't know what's transpired since we spoke, but I know that Eddie had said he would help and give
Yeah.
Josh information for helping out with the flume if you'd like that help.
Jeannie, can you provide his contact information when you get next time you can?
Yeah, I think I sent it to Jesse, but I'll send it if you need it.
I have his email.
Okay,
What happened?
I just lost connectivity. Yeah, hold on.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
Okay,
and we did say Jeffrey. Okay, there you are, Jeff. You got your certificate, just
All right,
one.
we're gonna move on, Jeannie.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Was that, you guys are together, right?
yeah, we'll open up to the public. so
Yes.
go on.
A motion to open the meeting to the public?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Aye.
All in favor?
Uh,
Opposed?
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody, we're gonna do the public here in the building. Anybody have any comments on anything? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, just name and where you live and.
All right, my name's Rand.
Did you-
On 6th Avenue in Asbury Park. It's kind of also a question and a statement, because when I was sampling, I'd be out there in the summer every weekend by the flume, that's where I was sampling at. And I would think that would be the prime spot for all these jet skiers. And I've never seen one, doesn't mean they're not coming out to part of the day. But are these jet skiers just primarily going to the other branches of the lake? They're not
Yeah,
even going to.
They're in, I get, the most complaints I have are, for instance, summer in terms of speed and commotion is the back, is jet skiers on the back of the lake. We get lots of calls, especially the main lake. When some of them are out there, they have it's unrestricted speed, which I don't have a big problem with, but it's the noise. Some of them have loud engines or I don't know what they got, but they're blowing a lot of noise all over the place. So you get the complaints from the condominiums, I get calls all the time. But in
Hey,
the back,
Don, could you
we're also going full
repeat the
speed
question?
back. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what
Don,
would happen?
could you repeat?
I'm sorry.
You really couldn't hear the question that
And
well.
I can't see the person either. If
She mentioned that she was
It's
down by the ocean doing her water testing, and she never really saw any jet skiers down there. And that could be true, but they do come in from time to time. And when they're here, they're very loud. They take over the lake. and that's one of the concerns. We got, a lot of regular kayakers, boaters, stand-up paddle board folks, and they're in the back reaches of the lake. But, and I got some comments like that already from other people, but that you're right. You probably didn't see them. There's not that many, but when they're here, they're loud and they're going all around the lake. Yeah. Any others here? Anybody from the public has anything? I'm sorry, go ahead. Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, before you
Hold
go,
on, Dee Dee, hold on.
please let the person step up so we can see them. And could you
Yeah, good suggestion.
come up toward the camera so we can see you and hear you?
The camera.
Can't even
Well,
walk
she
up
can't
here.
walk.
Wait, you're making her walk?
Oh.
Oh.
She broke her leg doing water testing, and now you're forcing her to come up here.
She was
Hold on,
birding.
Go ahead. Thanks.
It was it's a kind of a specific question, but so I do my sampling at Allenhurst at the park, down by the little pier there. And every time I go, I pick up so much garbage down there, like people eat and cigarette butts, and I've called Allenhurst town so many times. Every time I go, I call there. I'm like, can someone? All they need to do is move one of the many garbage bins that are up the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill. And I think it would rid us of a lot of, but there's nowhere for people, smoking a cigarette, there's nowhere to put it, so they just throw it on the ground and step on it. And if there's someone that I can actually ask for by name, that maybe I could hide.
Bruce Farmer.
Maybe just take one of those garbage bins and move
You're
it
talking
down
about
to the
moving
picnic
it,
table.
it's up near the bridge, and you're talking about moving it down to that area where the.
Yeah.
Or put an additional
One's
one.
up there.
Yeah, I would put
But
additional
there's
one.
a picnic table down there, so people hang out, but there's nowhere to throw it.
I will make a call about that tomorrow.
Thank you.
Doesn't mean it's gonna get done, but I'll
I
make
know,
a call
yeah.
tomorrow.
Now, the one thing in that area along the shoreline, in the water, a lot of trash gets trapped there. And then we do the cleanups and get it out. But you're talking on the grass.
Yeah, but it's right, it's all gonna end up.
Even in the winter time, it's done?
Not as much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
not as much.
It could be
People
blown
fish
up.
and it's all, and it's
It's a nice spot there in a lot of.
Closer to
It
the boat racks and all that?
Yeah, right over there, where the picnic table is.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
people
yeah,
hang
yeah.
out there, it's a great spot, but there's nowhere to throw garbage.
Just think
That's a good
people
point.
would have the sense to pick it up and bring it up.
You would
Yeah,
think
do it
so,
there.
and yet,
Okay,
thank you.
Okay, thanks.
tomorrow I call.
Okay,
Call me so.
that's action. Anybody from the public? Any hands raised? Just jump in. Nobody?
Yeah.
No comments?
Don, you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everybody. John Bosmans. I'm a resident of Ocean Township and also the principal of Mass Elementary School. As Don mentioned earlier, I just wanted to thank him for collaborating with us and our PTA project care team. This year, the fourth graders they wanted to do something that was near and dear to their hearts. And obviously, Mass Elementary School with its proximity to the lake and everyone, going to Lock Arbor and Allenhurst during the summer, they felt that this was a worthwhile cause. And I just like to thank him and the commission for allowing our community to be part of this. And we greatly look forward to it. So thanks, Don. I go back with him. I've known him for a long time working for Lock Arbor when I was lifeguard and beach manager there. So I appreciate the collaboration.
We'll make sure we'll get this little tidbit in the briefing, by the way. Try to get your smiling face up there.
Give him a little history lesson, but thank you. I appreciate everything. Thanks for everything you all do.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? I lost my video.
David,
Hi, I'm David. Can you hear me first off?
Is that Dave?
Yeah,
Okay, Dave.
you can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, Dave, where do you live? Sorry, where do you live, Dave?
Asbury Park. Been
Okay.
here a while. I've met a few of you, cleanup.
Yep.
So the question was, I really, the closest kayak, place where you have tons of kayaks is, with the exception of Allenhurst, is Belmont. So has there been any thought for the Deal Lake Commission to have some joint, very large kayak rowboat rack, such as what's in Allenhurst, but just at a larger level, and that could promote, hopefully less jet skis, but more, been here for a few years now. I don't see as many boats on the lake, and I wonder why. Does it have to be an Asbury Park thing or Allenhurst or whatever? Could it be a joint thing administered by the commission?
Yeah, it wouldn't be administered by the commission. We support a lot of those efforts. Interlaken has put 2 or 3 boat racks, 2 locations, 3 boat racks, kayaks racks up in town. They haven't done the official licensing or permitting yet, but the residents are going to have opportunities to put kayaks
It's
on
for
racks.
residents only and it's by lottery.
Okay, thanks, Carol.
And it got flooded in the flood.
And it got
Asbury
flooded.
Park has a boat, a rack for canoes and kayaks right by the Wickapecka Bridge. Most of the time, I don't see it filled. It's kind of hard to see it, but
Well, that's Ocean Township, right? That's Ocean Township.
it might be Ocean Township. It's right on the Ocean Township border.
I'm 100% sure it's Ocean Township because one of my Boy Scouts built it. So it was an
Oh,
Eagle Scout.
okay, well then, oh, right, okay. So there's that one, right?
Yep.
And
And
most of the time, I don't
but
see it.
the big thing, Jeannie and
Yeah.
Dave, there's people in Asbury that would love to have kayak racks in Asbury, more of them in Asbury. They've been professing this. They've had some projects on the board that didn't get funded. So I would talk to the city manager or talk to Jeannie, and Jeannie could walk you through it with some of the town folks and see if you could, knock on some doors and see what Asbury Park can do. They're going to do a renovation project of the boat ramp park, and maybe you can talk them into using that dock. That dock is one of the best ones on the lake. It looks terrible right now, but that dock was from their previous vendor, and maybe you can work a deal out with the rowing association. It's that rows in Deal Lake would like to use that dock also, and nobody's moved yet on it, but it's a great location to launch boats from. So it just needs some tender loving care. So if you could help out with that, that'd be great.
I would, yeah, I'd love to. I will talk to Jeannie about it.
Yeah. If you could, hey Dave, if you can go to the contact page and just shoot us an email on it, and then we'll have your contact information, okay? And I'll connect you with Jeannie.
I'll get the
Okay.
email, send it.
And I'll also connect you with the rowing guys, because if you notice, there's at least almost 20 different teams of rowers that use the lake. 2 or 3 times a year, they have a big race called the, what's the name of it? Oh, it's the, I forgot. But there's a turkey row. There's one in the summer, there's one at Christmas time. So yeah, I forgot the name. I can't believe it. Anyway, we'll move on. Anybody else? Okay. Motion to close?
A motion to close the public hearing?
Move.
Second?
Second.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, let's go through the commissioners. Last word. Margo.
Hi,
Hi.
Clean Ocean Action Beach Sweep is Saturday, April 13th, 9 to 12:30. Registration is opened yesterday. What else? Just working hard to get everyone, all our residents to realize that all their actions affect the lake and to put that lid on their recycling bin.
Okay, thanks. Jeannie, any last word?
No, really.
Okay.
I was focused on these other matters that we did.
There we go. Carol?
One of my commissioner's last words was going to be to ask about the spring cleanup, of course. So we've gotten that answered. The other thing that I've been noticing as I walk around, Lincoln every day is that at this time of year, there's a lot of loose or submerged watercraft or docks. And I was wondering if maybe we would want to think about adding like kind of a lost and found section to the webpage where if do we have that? I don't think we do.
We do it on Facebook, Carol. We post them on Facebook. And we
Okay.
found most of them we find that people find.
I'm
it's
not a
like
Facebooker, Don.
Yeah, I know. It's just the website. It's just a little harder on the website, but
I mean,
Okay.
a link to it, but I think Don's right. The Facebook page, he's been using that, posting pictures of the
So,
thing.
so if I just let you know, Don, that there's something there, there's an aluminum fishing boat right now up against the shoreline behind Deal Barco.
Yep,
That's
I
been there
saw
for a
it.
couple weeks.
Yeah, just take a picture of it if you don't mind.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, thanks. What else? Bruce. He's right in front of me.
I'm not even on the picture.
Or not, because
It's okay, I don't have anything to say anyway.
That's right.
Except just one thing about the discussion about the jet skis and the rules on the lake. We really should get something codified from the state, have a list and put it on the website.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And if it's on there and then somebody's breaking the rules, we've got somewhere to point and say, hey, look at that.
Look,
When things are in writing, it changes.
I was shocked the Marine Police called us, so I'm really thrilled that they know we're a lake that has to be loved. So that was good. Who else we got here?
Don, did you share with everybody the old map of the?
I did not. I did not. It's here somewhere.
So there is a map that we put
I
together.
don't have it on my computer, unfortunately.
I guess about like 15 years ago almost, of a no wake zone around the lake, and no wake signs that were actually printed and
I think
put
Steve
out.
had blonde hair back then.
Where did that come, where
I
did
still
that,
have long hair.
where did that come from, Steve? That map?
Well,
Created.
I produced it for the commission, but it was based on, essentially water depths. And, what we tried to do is limit wake to, any place where a wake would be created to areas of the lake that, obviously the east end. And then if you got beyond the railroad bridge, west of the railroad, where it was deep. But once you got into any of the shallow arms, it was like no wake and nothing within, I think, about 50 feet of the shoreline. If you look at that map.
None of this came from the state. The state didn't give you this stuff, did they?
No,
No. But
the
what's interesting
commission,
is, Steve, hold on. One interesting thing, the state did talk about that. This officer, he goes, I know where we should put wake signs. I want to investigate.
So we should present this map when we meet with them and say, maybe they can put some signs up too.
right.
You want to come with me?
Yeah, I mean, the commission actually created the map based on information.
I'm sure he didn't just throw out a map, so that's good. I use it.
Okay. Well, who am I missing?
And you have 5 mile per hour speed limit signs up, but
Well, they're just a ass right now. They're a friendly reminder. We can't give them a ticket right now. So that's the problem.
It seems like there's a little bit of a disconnect between the policy and the enforcement and whose jurisdiction it is. Yeah.
Well, no, it's very clear. It's the state of New Jersey Marine Police. And right now, based on the rules, if you're water skiing and west of the river tracks, you're going to get a ticket. You could get a ticket. Right now, if you're speeding 80 miles an hour on the west side, they're going to tell you to slow down, but they're not going to give you a ticket.
We're going to buy a uniform for Don this summer. He's going to ride it. It's going to have shorts, like your Boy Scout uniform.
You know what I'm doing? I'm going to hire geese. I'm going to hire geese to fly over the boats that are speeding. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Yeah. I have nothing to say other than thanks for coming. Sorry about the camera. We're going to try to get the camera working next month.
Yeah.
But it worked out pretty good, I think. Everybody on the side, on the computer side, how was it for you?
It was a little. It was a little difficult to hear the public comment.
definitely.
Public comment. So, okay, we got to get closer to the mics. Okay.
Well, and we couldn't barely see them and barely hear them. So I would set up a camera or a computer.
The camera would have the mic installed, and it would be out by the public, so they would be easier for them to see and hear. So.
Sit up close.
I flew all the way from Florida for this personal meeting, and now everybody else, they're 5 minutes away. They can't come. I don't get it.
And we had our water testers too.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thanks for coming, everybody.